Hey everybody, Wes here for Tuesday's workout. We are in week 10 of 12 of our strength cycle with these percentages. We're getting even a little heavier this week. 3x5 at 80%, 1x5 at 85, and then instead of 5 at either 90 or 95% of your 5 rep heavy number. We're really close to where we're going to test these again. And hopefully if we tested back in April, we're ready to see if we got stronger on our 5 rep heavy as we go. This is going to get us a little closer to that, where you might see that that number starting to creep up that you hit back in April. For this, we're going to have 20 full minutes to get through our strength. That is because we're building into heavier weights. So have a plan of how you're going to build up, resting between sets, what kind of reps you're going to do as you're building, but also keep in mind how your body's moving that day. Okay, if you're feeling really good, keep with those 90-95%. Maybe you're adding a couple extra percentages onto those numbers. If you're not feeling so good, if things aren't feeling right, maybe we're pulling back a little bit and trying to hit it back on those numbers the next week. Okay, so those numbers are up there, but still pay attention to what your body's telling you for the week. So that would be the strength. For deadlift cues today, I want you to pay attention to where the bar ends up when you go back down to the ground. Is it over your feet? Is it as close to your body as possible? Do you normally set up with it right over your shoelaces? Right at the front of your shoelaces? Right up against those shins? Wherever you set up, we want to try to get back to that same position. We definitely don't want it in front of the toes. Okay, so when you get set up, and we go into that deadlift, especially in these warm-up sets, let's pay attention to where that bar is ending up as we go back down. And we can make those adjustments on those lighter sets, whether we need to actively pull back, whether we are shooting forward with the knees a little bit, causing us to go forward and not hinging enough. But pay attention to that in your warm-up sets for your deadlift. And let's try to make sure that that bar is as close as possible when we get to those heavier numbers. For the workout, we have a 12-minute EMOM. Going between 2 different minutes of exercises, so 6 rounds total. First one is going to be 5 sumo deadlifts. If you haven't done this one a lot, I would go a little bit lighter, or maybe with a kettlebell or a couple dumbbells, because the positioning can be just a little bit different than your regular deadlift. So for the sumo, we are now going to get our feet wider. Heels could even be a little bit past the shoulders, pointing the toes out. And then as we go down, I want my hands to be exactly where they would be on my normal deadlift, but now they are going to be inside of my legs as I go to reach down. I can keep my chest up higher. It's less of that hinge than it is actually pushing those knees out and almost doing a wide squat down. I will grab the bar with those straight arms. Think about pulling the butt down and chest up as I lift. Push those knees out so that the bar can go straight back down, tap, and back up. Okay, so you got to really pay attention to what your body's doing with that sumo deadlift versus your regular deadlift, because it should be slightly different in that positioning. So make sure we get a few practice reps in before you go to the workout. But the minute one will be 5 sumo deadlifts, and then you have 30 seconds of tuck-ups to get as many tuck-ups as you can. So in that 30 seconds, you're trying to add up all those tuck-up reps. Minute 2, you had an 18 to 16 or 18 or 16 calorie row. Trying to get both of those minutes of work done in about 45 seconds so that you're rested, transition to the next minute as we go. Our score is going to be adding up all of those tuck-ups that we get in that 30-second window of each of those minutes. Okay, but you guys stay steady with the deadlift, make sure that's unbroken. And then trying to hit your calorie number on the row each time. Not too fast, but not too slow where it's bleeding into the next minute. So kind of a fun one. Deadlifts and sumo in the same day. And then we'll hit that core with those tuck-ups. And of course, make you sweat with the row. So we'll see you all on Tuesday.